Alright, so I'm gonna take this apart right here and I'm just gonna throw you guys up on that little tripod right there. This is a AC compressor out of a 2006 Dodge Ram 3500, my white pickup. And curiosity just kind of kills the cat on what is inside of it and how it works. Alright, that took a little bit of getting off. So this is the clutch, and there's one screw that goes through, and then there's a spline, and there's a snap ring that I'm gonna have to try to get off now. With everything that's not a snap spring tool. But I can figure it out. I got one of these things. Does it fit? Nope. Okay. Alright, that only took a little bit of fighting, but I used pliers, pulled it apart, got it sitting up on the side now, and watch my eyes. I have no idea what's going to happen. Alright, so that's not held on with any kind of, man, I'm getting stuff all over me now. It's already all over me. Alright, so that's not actually held on with any spring tension. So, if you had to replace the clutch, so far it doesn't seem like it would be that difficult. Except there is a really powerful magnet right here that I'm now trying to fight against. And I don't want to ruin that with a screwdriver, so it looks like I can get to the bolts. Let's take a look. So I'll put you guys right here. Alright, so this went on there. Then there's this inside tooth that will go right there, and then the one bolt. So far that seems kind of straightforward. Let's go ahead and get this doohick up here off, and then we'll split the case. So we'll go to this tool right here. Throw that away. So that just comes right off. And then there's just a clip back here. Let's just break that off. Try to break that off. Keyword. Alright. So that goes to the magnet. I don't see a way to take that off right there, so we're going to go ahead and go after these screws right here. So I'm not going to tell you the sizes because I don't think that's really going to matter in this case. We're just taking it apart for fun. So it still had vacuum, it just hissed and the seal broke. So the O-rings seemed like they were fine. Go ahead and throw those in the trash bin. Move that off to the side. Let's get this. So that was just a plastic cover that was in the back. I guess they vacuumed it back down for some reason. So this is what we got right now. So we got that control thing off. That's the back. We got the case split. Now let's get it apart. But how? All right, screwdriver again. Okay. So I'm just putting this right here and separating the two. So there's an O-ring right there. So this is actually coming apart somewhat easily. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's the internal casting with a whole bunch of grease, or that's the Freon oil. So that's what the back half looks like. Sit back down. Okay. So I am going to be going slow. I don't want to cut myself. And I want to see how this all kind of goes together. So there's two pins right here. So my guess is this comes straight up. I don't see anything holding it. And yep. So right here, there's a little pry area. So I just put the screwdriver right there, twist it, comes right up. So this looks like a reed type deal. So this, I don't think moves. I can check that later. No, this definitely would not move. So the pins are held in place. This is the low side right here. These holes right here, that's going to be the low side. And this would be the high side, okay? So oh, I got it. It's the other way. So oh, these are not the low side. This is the low side right here. This one. This must be the high side. So these kind of come off to the edge right here. There's like a little cutout. I'll show you on this side right here. Like a piston. And these are pistons. And then it pressurizes and then it goes through that hole. That's going to be my guess at this moment. Okay, this all just comes right out. So that's going to be the other half. So this magnet, I guess you can't change it because I don't see any screws or anything on that side. Oh, there's a snap ring. So there's a snap ring right there. I don't see a bearing. Oh, there is a bearing. Okay. It's a very tight fit bearing, which would make sense. It's under vacuum and pressure when it's running. So that's going to be the two halves. And then we got this. Okay, this came from somewhere. Pretty sure from the outside because it's quite dirty and dry. Everything in here seems to be wet. And then this is the spline right here that this piece interfaced on right here. And then the belt drove this piece right here and the mat, oh, you can't see. So this piece here goes up here like that. This would go right in between here. And the magnet would pull these two together so that they would lock. The belt drives this, which drives that, which drives this. Okay. Now we got another reed thing on top of here. So what we can do is pop that off too. Same type of scenario here. It looks like they're identical, so let's pop this one on there and see if they are. They are identical, or appear to be identical, which makes some sense for the fact that this is dual-sided. So there's some sharp edges. So we got this right here, and we have this side. So it's dual-sided. And can we split this case? Doesn't appear so, but this is kind of cool. So now that I have control of this, I could turn it. So and so this one goes to, I'm going to use engine terms. That's that top dead center. The exact opposite is that dead bottom. And that's an interesting helical gear in there. It took some machining. So this right here, I wonder how difficult it would be to turn this into a motor. So to do that, this, we wouldn't be able to reuse this at all. Maybe that's a two-stroke, because you could have the intake. No, because when the exhaust pressure builds, it will automatically pop that. So no, you'll need to make some kind of valve timing to do that. Which I guess you could use this right here to do that. Or electronically. Now, I don't know electronics that well to be able to figure that out electronically. Not like that anyway. But this would totally, I mean, with the right, oh wow. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't have a real close-up camera. I might hold on to this for a future camera. But there's a bearing in there that looks like a half circle and domed in such a way that when I'm turning this, let me see if I can get that on video. So, see that? So it changes its angle and it rides that beautifully. That, I don't know why, but that is just really fascinating to just kind of watch. I'm going to clean this up, and I might put it in a bucket of oil, both pieces, although this looks like it's mostly aluminum, but there are some steel parts on here. So just putting it in a bucket of some used oil will keep it from rusting. But wow, pretty neat. So yeah, this, wouldn't it be really easy to repair? But replacing the clutch, I don't think I'd be that worried about it next time. If I had to replace the clutch, I could probably do that. If I had to repair something in here, probably not, okay? This piece here is not serviceable. A really cool looking piece though, and some pretty tight tolerance. Like I said, I might clean it up. I got some calipers and whatnot. I can kind of play around with some of this, but it has to be ground and machined to very tight tolerance. I'm thinking 1/1000th of an inch or closer, because it has to take gas, compress it, and push it through the system so that the AC would function correctly. So the tolerance on it is actually really tight, and that's also why the oil that's inside the AC is actually very important. So if you do work on your AC unit in your car, house, whatever, you got to make sure you have the right amount of oil in it, because if you don't, there's a lot of bearings in this, and I don't know, I kind of expected something a little bit different, not quite like this. Huh. Well, if you guys like this kind of content, let me know. It'd be kind of fun to take other things apart. I haven't really done that on video before, but I find that taking something apart and learning how it works is the best way to understand how to fix something or to comprehend what's going on. And you also see some pretty cool things, some pretty cool engineering. So what went wrong on this? What failed? The clutch, or the magnet, the electronics and the magnet. That's going to be my two guesses. It's going to be one of those two things. What I can try to do is take this piece right here, look up the voltage that this needs, and then I can test this magnet, because it's non-magnetic right now at all, which would make sense. And I'm pretty sure it's just 12 volts, but I'm not sure what the amperage it would need. And I can test the magnet. Now, if that does function, taking this magnet off and setting it up to use it as a electromagnet, I could think of some pretty cool projects I could do with that. And I really wouldn't need that magnet if I was going to try to turn this into a motor. But this housing, I don't know how I would run exhaust slash intake ports with it. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good one. Subscribe. Let me know what you thought of it, and if you watched the whole video.